take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in a slow, calm, resourceful breath. And as you exhale, just allow your eyelids to relax. And notice, with your eyes closed, as you breathe in and breathe out, you're able to let go. Let go of any tension. Let go of any stress. And breath by breath, feel that anxiety is leaving your body. I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine a color that represents courage and confidence. A bright, warm color, maybe yellow or orange. And imagine breathing in that color that represents courage and confidence going in through the nose. Bright, vibrant. And as you exhale, notice a darker color is leaving your body, and that represents any stress, any tension, any anxieties. You can see that dark, shadowy color leaving your body. And on the next breath in, breathe in that vibrant, bright color of courage and confidence. So simply by breathing in and breathing out, you're feeling more confident, more courageous, and more relaxed. As your body relaxes, your imagination awakens. And I want you to imagine there is a lovely resort in Mexico. I want you to imagine you are walking around this resort in Mexico, and you can see an old lady reading a story. And I want you to imagine she's reading a story to maybe 7 or 8 children with their legs crossed, eyes wide, captivated by this old lady reading a story. And you become curious. So you get just close enough to overhear the story just as it begins. Feel the Mexican heat. Feel a wonderful feeling of relaxation. And imagine the old lady starting to read. Once, in a small, bustling town, there lived a girl named Nicola. Nicola was known for her bright smile and her love for sunny days spent in the park. However, there was one thing that dimmed her cheerful demeanor: her fear of birds. Pigeons fluttering their wings, the proud strut of peacocks, the squawks of parrots, even the gentle waddle of ducks, geese and swans sent shivers down her spine. And Nicola's fear meant she often missed out on the joys of the park, picnics with friends, walks along the lake, and the serene beauty of watching birds in flight. Her friends tried to understand, but they couldn't quite grasp why these creatures made her so uneasy. And one day, Nicola's class was assigned a project on local wildlife. Reluctantly, she chose to focus on birds, hoping that maybe, just maybe, understanding them might ease her fear. She started with books poring over pages that described the different species in her town. She learned about the pigeon's remarkable navigation skills, the peacock's vibrant feathers used in courtship, and the parrot's intelligence and ability to mimic sounds. Armed with this knowledge, Nicola decided it was time to face her fear. She ventured to the park, armed with a notebook and a pair of binoculars. At first, she kept her distance, observing the birds from afar. She watched the ducks glide gracefully across the lake and noticed how the swans protected their young. She saw the geese waddling in a line and marveled at their coordination. Day by day, Nicola's fear began to turn into curiosity. She started visiting the park more, and each time inching closer to the birds. She noticed details she had never seen before. The intricate patterns on the feathers, the gentle way they preened themselves, and the playful interactions between them. And one sunny afternoon, as Nicola sat on a bench, a pigeon landed nearby. Her heart raced, but she remembered what she had read about them. And slowly, she extended her hand, sprinkling some seeds that she had bought. And to her surprise, the pigeon hopped closer and began pecking at the seeds. And in that moment, Nicola felt a connection she had never expected. A mix of empathy and appreciation for these creatures she had once feared. As weeks turned into months, Nicola became known as the bird girl in the park. Children would come to her with questions about birds, and she would proudly share her knowledge. Her fear had transformed into a passion, a newfound appreciation for the avian world. And that very park that had once been a place of anxiety for Nicola became a sanctuary, a place where she found peace and wonder in watching the birds. She realized that understanding them had been the key to unlocking her fear. In learning about the birds, she had not only overcome her fear, but had also gained a profound respect and love for these magnificent creatures that shared her town. And so, Nicola's story became one of transformation, a tale of how fear gave way to curiosity, empathy, and appreciation, all thanks to the birds that she had once feared. The old lady closed the book. Seeing the smiling faces of the children in front of her, she made a noise, and several birds started making their way towards the old lady. A peacock started moving close. A duck waddled its way. Several other birds, almost like a cartoon. The children saw the old lady covered in birds. And the old lady proudly told the children watching that the story about Nicola was actually a story about herself when she was younger. That once she had feared the birds, and she no longer fears them anymore. I want you to imagine being inspired by a story of a young girl overcoming her fear by curiosity. And I want you to tap into that wonderful feeling of courage and confidence as you imagine walking around a resort in Mexico, feeling the courage and confidence to be curious about the birds, to appreciate them, to admire them, to want to get closer to have a look. And as you imagine walking around, breathe in and breathe out, feeling that wonderful feeling of confidence and calm going in through your nose, exhaling any tension and anxiety. You are calm and in control when you see birds, feeling a sense of peace and serenity. Each bird you see is an opportunity for you to strengthen your confidence and overcome your fears. You are becoming more relaxed and comfortable around birds every interaction you have with them. You embrace the beauty and freedom of birds, seeing them as a natural and harmonious part of the world. You feel a sense of calm assurance when in the presence of birds, appreciating their place in nature. Your confidence grows as you observe birds, understanding they are harmless and peaceful creatures. Breathe in that calm feeling of courage and confidence and feel that you are in command of your emotions when near birds, feeling grounded and at ease. That's it. You find joy and tranquility in watching birds, admiring their grace and elegance. Before long, you notice that your interactions with birds are becoming increasingly positive and enjoyable, starting to replace fear with fascination, curious about the lives and habits of birds, proud of these things you've already learned, that an ostrich belongs in a troop and they have excellent hearing. You feel a protective, empathetic connection to birds, seeing their beauty and value. You are empowered to be near birds, feeling a sense of harmony and acceptance. And as time goes on, your heart remains calm and steady when you hear or see birds, embracing their presence as a natural part of life. Because you are gaining a new perspective, seeing birds as interesting and engaging creatures, starting to appreciate the songs of birds, finding their sounds soothing and calming. Breathe in and breathe out as you realize you are confident in your ability to remain relaxed around birds, no matter their size or number, because you can make positive evaluations. Your inner dialogue is saying, I can manage this, I can handle this, I can cope. which becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy because you are discovering a newfound admiration for birds, recognizing their important role in the environment. Your mind is at peace when you think about or encounter birds. Feel a wonderful feeling of letting go of the baggage of the past, freeing yourself from previous fears. You are in control of your reactions, meeting each bird encounter with calmness and confidence, with the desire deep within you to actively seek out opportunities to be closer to birds, to desensitize fears, and to provide invaluable evidence that you can cope. You will cope, and by coping, you build up resilience and self-belief that you can cope again. And therefore, every day, you feel more at ease with the idea of being around birds, and you can feel proud of your growth and progress. Breathing in, breathing out, wandering around a resort in Mexico, perhaps seeing a peacock and not feeling scared, seeing some birds and admiring their beauty, breathing in calm, courage and confidence, exhaling any anxieties, and feeling that something deep has shifted and changed. As you breathe in and breathe out, you start to return to the present, taking all these wonderful new neural pathways with you, new ways of thinking and feeling, new ways of evaluating yourself and your future, and unlocking a newfound appreciation and fascination for birds. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.